Alright, what's going on, guys? I finally crafted Ultimate Bunny and I wanted to make a max range build for her for farming, and I ran into some confusing things. So if we take a look over here at the maximize mods, we can see that they both have a negative skill power modifier. So now if we take a look at our third ability, we can see that for damage of both the base damage and the electrocution it leaves, they're both down by around 30%, which sounds and looks like quite a lot. So everybody else has been focusing on these kind of mods. This is an elemental mod, focuses on the element of the Descendant, and then this is a type mod. This focuses on the type of skill. Obviously, Bunny's AoE, the one we want to max, is a singular skill, but if we look at her first and fourth skill, these are actually fusion, so these are not going to be buffed by singular specialists. So what I wanted to do is I want to take a look at a different set of mods that you can't use with these. They replace each other. So over here we have skill simplification. This one replaces singular specialist. And down here we have power increase. This one replaces the electric mod. So this one is a skill power modifier boost. It does reduce max MP, but at least for my farming needs, it's not a problem for me. And down here, this is just a base skill power boost. So both of these together, they will buff our skill power of not just the AoE, but all four of her abilities, which sounds good. And if we hover over her third ability now, we can see that we've actually have an increase of 30% on the damage, which sounds like a lot. So I want to test both out, see what happens, see which one's actually better. Right, let me make sure I'm full stacks, and we're gonna go. So here we have base damage of 62k and 14k. Okay, that's good enough. I'm gonna try and switch over to the other setting, wanted to let me. There we go, we're on setting 2, these are the new mods. Make sure I'm at max stacks, there we go. And we're at 65k and 14k. This is actually a pretty substantial increase. It is, I guess 3% and 400 damage for the electrocution damage, which I guess it's really not that substantial, to be honest with you. And if we take a look at the numbers here, this is 73.5, 65. This one is 67.2, 76.1. If we add them up, they're around the same ballpark. There's obviously a little bit of a difference in numbers, and neither of these bonds are maxed out. But I do think if they were all maxed out, setting 2 here with the skill power modifier and power increase will actually still beat out the other mods that everyone else is using. So the last thing I wanted to test was a combination of both. So here's skill simplification and here's electric power boost. So let's just take a look and see, is this actually the best option? 61k and 13k, that is a decrease on everything. So what we can conclude with is that skill simplification and there we go, power increase, it's actually our best bang for our buck when it comes for our AoE damage here on Bunny. Even though these other mods are specializing in, just Bunny skills. Overall, this will buff all 4 of our abilities power, which makes it just, even if you're just mobbing, it's better overall. And since we're just maxing out one mod, which is skill simplification, you actually don't have to max out all these different specialist mods. Because here we have specialist for singular, there's tech, there's dimension, so there's a bunch of different specialist mods that you would have to spend Kuiper, gold, and obviously time farming for in order to max out, but instead you can just focus on this mod. And the same can honestly be said for power increase. I do obviously think it is worth it to get these specific, elemental mods, because these do also have skill cooldown, which the other power increase doesn't have. But overall, if we're just talking about base numbers and being cheap and what's most efficient for bang for your buck, this is the mod set I would recommend and I think is the best for everyone to use. So I hope that clears up some confusion for people. I'm not truly sure how or even if these numbers here are accurate when it comes regarding to skill power, but through testing, it does seem like having the skill power increase, modifier increase, is actually beneficial to the build. Alright, hopefully that helps you guys with build crafting. Take care.